August 3rd, 2017. This is the Investitute podcast, and it's the first day of Lollapalooza. John, you're missing all the kids getting off the train looking at their iPhones, wondering, where's Grant Park?
I think most of them know, unless they're, unless they've never been in the metro before. They know where Grant Park is.
I know.
Shoot, kids are the ones that always go to those stupid, whether it's the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Bears, or, the Cubs last year. When they go to those celebrations, they always occur at the Petrullo Band Shell in Grant Park, right?
Yeah. Well, they're swarming on
they
town.
Put millions of people in there. I bet they are. They're going to put about 500,000 people in, folks, for Lollapalooza.
It gets bigger
and
every year.
It's a 4-day event. Yeah, it is crazy. And have you been driving around down by where it's going to be, Andrew?
I'm going to go down later and take pictures. I always do that. I always take a picture of the sign or whatever, just in a fashion, whatever.
I was down there Sunday and Monday, and they must have, between 4 and 7 stages. And the stages are massive. I mean, and these are temporary. These are ones, they just construct out of whole cloth, just build them right there. And they are unbelievable. These are huge stages. There's a couple smaller ones, obviously, for smaller, lesser-known bands. But, I mean, oh, my gosh. And the ticket, if you have 500,000 people paying you anywhere from $100 on the cheap end for a one-day pass.
Yeah, one day.
So, I think the ticket, the face value of the 4-day pass is $500. How'd you like to have 500,000 times $500, Andrew? Would that do it for you? Would you be able to survive on that?
I tell you what, I could, and I tell you, Perry Farrell brings a lot of money into this city. It's a good deal for Chicago, and it's a good deal for everyone. And as always happens, of these 4 days, it's going to rain one of them, so that they can slosh around in the mud. They can turn into mud people.
That's always popular, but they get some.
All right, so breaking news. I need to grab my stapler and just bang it together. I don't have a stapler. Yeah, that's old school radio. I grab the stapler and shake it. And the breaking news is Scaramucci's not doing a press conference tomorrow. I guess he's got a publicist that told him, don't do it. Lucky him.
Yeah, last night I was out to dinner with Charlie Gasparino, a reporter for the Post, a former CNBC contributor. Now, of course, he's over on Fox, and still a friend. Although, I have to watch how I speak out and tweet things about my relationship with Charlie because I still like him. I think he's a very intriguing character, but I know a lot of bridges have been burned by Mr. Gasparino with other people, so I have to walk on eggshells a little bit. But anyway, I was out with Charlie, had a good time. We were at the Hunt and Fish, which is like a hedge fund hotel in New York.
Did they bring you your knife?
They did. They brought me my knife.
With your name on it? That's kind of cool. I like that.
Knife. Yeah, I like that too. And the food's great. I mean, love Hunt and Fish. The people there are great. Nelson and all the folks, Brian, Gianpaolo. I mean, the VIP host always greets me, even though he doesn't need to, of course. They're just good guys, and they do a great business there. I mean, last night they had, I think it was Jason Giambi, guy from the A's and the Yankees and so forth. I think Draymond, the guy from Shark Tank, the African-American dude that does Boo Boo.
Sure.
He was there. I mean, there were a whole bunch of celebs around, and that's not why I go there, but it is fun to see them. And anyway, Charlie and I, partway through dinner, we saw exactly what Andrew was talking about, which is that all of a sudden Anthony Scaramucci announced that he's going to have a press conference on Friday.
What did the first thing he said? What came out of his mouth?
It'll be the most watched thing since the Super Bowl, is what I said.
Yeah, I was saying because, CNN's probably going to have a countdown. CNN's probably going to have a countdown clock or something. They can get rid of that now.
Yep. So I bet the networks are not happy that he's not doing it because that would have been freaking gold for them.
Yeah.
But Anyway, can't
Speaking of gold,
out. Yes.
speaking of gold, did you see that James Comey got $2 million for a book signing, for a book deal? $2 million. Trump did him a favor. Trump did him a favor, firing him.
Yeah.
Get touched by him, you're getting, it's like Midas, King Midas.
Yeah, it rubs off the golden touch. There's no doubt that Mr. Comey will do well. I don't wish him ill, although, as I said, there were only two people that thought he did a good job. Him and his mom were the only two people on God's earth, because obviously the Democrats didn't think he did a good job when he, pretty much ruined Hillary's chances with a lot of his investigations that went nowhere. And the Republicans didn't think he did a good job because he said all the reasons why she was guilty, but why he was not going to prosecute her. And so, you have hate from both sides. Nobody thought he did a good job.
Amazing how how much public servants make off of their jobs once they get out. They become millionaires. Just sick.
It's pretty exceptional that you get something like this, though. I mean, there'll be a whole bunch of people that leave and have left the Trump White House or any other White House that won't do nearly as well. You need a high-profile gig like that.
Okay.
I think.
So, you were on the show today, and I heard you say something, and Pete actually laughed. You said you're a lifetime rewards member at Marriott.
Yeah. Well, Marriott and Starwood, now they're together, of course. But yeah, I'm lifetime platinum with these guys. I mean, I've been there, what am I, probably 12 days a month out here, Andrew? I stay exclusively at Marriott's and Starwood, and so you start adding up those, and you get to big numbers pretty fast. But I love the company. The competition has ebbed because it was peak a few years ago when VRBO and Airbnb were all the rage. They still are, don't get me wrong, and they still make an impact, but now many of these companies have merged, and obviously Starwood and MAR getting together just in the last year means that, they can set prices a little more aggressively, I think. And that stock just hits high after high after high, Marriott, that is. Today we were talking about Wyndham, WYN.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good. I'm segueing into that.
All right. Well, that was, I think they like the space. They like the idea that they've got, very loyal customers like me, because, once you're in with one of these frequent stay programs, you're not just going to up and leave because there's too much potential there for you to walk away. Too much potential goodies that you get, whether it's just, upgrades of rooms, free breakfast, whatever it might be that trips your trigger. If you walk away and start somewhere else, you're not going to get that.
Okay. Let's switch gears here, literally, figuratively. You know how we like audiobooks, right? I listen to some. Yeah, exactly. And you plowed through that Tesla book, the Elon Musk book, which I'm at the Tesla part. Well, a lot of it's Tesla and, of course, the rockets. And I'm listening to it last night because I put it down for a while. Tesla's gone through a lot of crap from people hating on it, and it's back in the news. I mean, you got a nice call with a pop with the calls, but I was listening to this last night. I was like, they're lucky to be a company, with all the hate that they get. I mean, the stuff that they write about them, and I was thinking, I was like, oh man, and they're still here. And this book's about 2 years old, 3 years old.
Crazy. I mean, I'm not going to assume that all of you that are listening to this, the thousands of folks that listen to the pod every day, I'm not going to think that most of you read my Twitter feed and just hang on every word. or my responses to people that, come after us, like Andrew and I. Andrew's, by the way, at
Coffee
on Twitter,
Grinds.
and I'm at, plural, but it's Coffey.
Yes,
Grind,
of course.
because that's his last name.
Well, thank you.
But it was funny, Andrew, because a bunch of people are telling me, well, yeah, they have all these subsidies. They have these $5 billion in subsidies and things like that. And I just kind of scratch my head, bald head, and I think to myself, and ended up tweeting it out, yeah, and that's a reason not to be long the stock? I mean, in other words, well, the government's really rigging the game for these guys, and they're giving them all this money in subsidies. Okay, and so that would be a stock you'd want to buy, right? I mean, their logic is so flawed. And as you hear all the time from me, I'm a trader, I'm not an investor. I make very few long-term investments. I buy and sell, or sell and buy. But I don't sit there and just hold stocks. Some people do. God bless them. Happy for them. Hope they just have a wonderful time and make a lot of money. And obviously, hedge funds and people like that, I'm much more like those guys than I am like a buy and hold, like a Warren Buffett type. And again, it's not criticism. You got to know where your strengths and weaknesses are. My strength is, I think, short-term trading. But anyway, I trade this stock. I don't invest in it. So why do I care? If you could say, well, they're doing fake accounting. Okay, where's the stock? Where was it at the beginning of the year? Okay, under 200. Where is it now? 350. Okay. And your reason for not trading it or not being in it is what? Well, they've got too many subsidies from the government. Yeah, and that's bad for them? No, it's good for them, but it's not fair. Okay, well, if something's not fair, I want to own it all the more. I mean, come on. Do you want to make money in this business or not? I mean, coffee's for closers, right, Andrew?
That's right. Speaking of which,
ABC.
It's right. You get the knife set. Hey, speaking of that, I did a trade in Snap today. So much hate coming out. I know, and I held my nose.
That's a brave one.
I know. I pressed
You're probably right.
I pressed the buy button, and as much as I hate the stock, you've got so many kids using it. It's just incredible. And I watch Snapchat stuff.
They do, but it's like Twitter in that regard. Whereas you and I love Twitter for the most part. We don't love the stock. No. I love Snap. I don't use it, but my daughters do, and I know it works, and it's how young people communicate. But do I want to own the stock other than you for a trade?
Yeah, I'm talking like this morning.
Because they haven't figured out a way to monetize it.
I'm just going on the hate level.
But again, that's back to the investment kind of thing. I'm a trader, not an investor. Andrew's talking about trading this one. Yeah. He's not talking about let me put down $24,000 and buy 2,000 shares of it. He's saying, let me buy 2,000 shares and scalp it for $1 or whatever.
Exactly what I did today.
Different animal.
Now I can go watch the Lollapaloozans take snappies of themselves or whatever they call it. Their snap stories, and I can sit there and go, oh, I traded that stock today, as I take pictures of them, which I'm about to go do. All right, man. I'll let you go.
Well, Andrew, okay, you have a great one. Remember, folks, tell a friend about the podcast. Maybe they'll thank you because they'll make some money on some of the trades that we talk about, and or they'll just be entertained. You can get it on iTunes, Google Play, get it through YouTube as well, and we thank you for listening.